Alright guys, we are live at Maple Motors. This is Derek Harding, aka Fusion Kid. So I don't know how good the signal is going to be, but we may have to turn the stream off and on a few times to try to get the best service. So right now we're looking at West Main Street. It is clogged as far as you can see. This is about the direction where the tornado went. It generally went about to up through Main Street and down that way through Gallatin. We got somebody in a... So apologies if it keeps cutting out. I'm standing still and trying to get the best service here, but tornado went up Main Street, right up through here. The most affected area in Hendersonville is, let's see if I, right up there. There's a traffic light, as you can probably remember in a lot of Nick's test drive videos. He goes up Main Street right here, goes through this light. Right at that light is where most of the damage was. Somebody calling me. So Jolly Ollie's is a bar and grill right up around this intersection where this light is, that me and Nick and a lot of the crowd frequent. It got torn up pretty bad. Several businesses pretty much starting at that intersection and heading east got torn up pretty bad. There's you can't really see it, but on the other side, yeah, you can see Tennessee Quick Cash over here on the other side of this building. I don't want to walk too far over there because there's not a whole... We got some sheet metal just laying there. I think somebody's been here previously and just arranged this like this. I don't know if it was there before, but mostly we got debris. If you're just joining us, this is Derek Harding, Fusion Kid. This is the aftermath of the tornado that came through last night. Definitely not a meteorologist or anything, but it looked to be about, I want to say like an F2 tornado. Pretty much followed Main Street all the way up here. I don't know if you can see that far ahead, but traffic is completely backed up on Main Street. It's going to be fun trying to get out of here. So as I was saying, the most affected area in Hendersonville is right up here. There's an intersection. Several businesses up through there got hit pretty bad. Jolly Ollie's, a place called Big Play, which is an arcade type place. I think they were having like a little kid's birthday party in Big Play when the tornado hit. And last I heard, I think it took the roof off or part of the roof off of that place. So here at the lot, like I said, they're closed. I'm going to be walking back here. So a lot of the vehicles you see back here are not for sale. So don't call on these. But I'm walking back here. Sorry if the signal cuts out. If it does, I may have to go live again. So just seeing the comment, John, everyone is okay. I believe everyone at the lot had left when the tornado hit, and nobody's here right now. So all the cars look okay, from what I've seen. There was some hail. It was part of this whole storm system. I'm not seeing any hail damage on any of the cars. I'll walk back here. This is where most of the damage is. There's a big old tree that fell back here. It's on top of 2 or 3 cars. And none of these back here are for sale. But yeah, we got a lot of debris, sticks and leaves on the ground. So I may lose service back here. You can see this big old part of this tree fell on these cars. And actually, doesn't look like it damaged them too bad, surprisingly. So this is the majority of the damage at Maple Motors. It's all the way in the back. Everything up front looks okay. So turn that off. Turn that off. No copyright music. So we're live here at Maple Motors. Sorry, my signal keeps going out. As you can imagine, like I said, service is not the best here. Again, for anybody just joining us, not aware of the situation, tornado came through Hendersonville late yesterday evening, went up Main Street and damaged several buildings up here. This intersection you can't really see, but so I'm not seeing any damage on the cars. Quick walk around the lot left. That intersection got hit pretty bad, and going through that intersection on towards kind of the center of town got hit pretty bad. A place called Big Play, it's an arcade place. The roof came off of that. A bar and grill here in town, Jolly Ollie's. I have not seen it, but I've heard from several people that it got almost destroyed. And that's a place that me, Nick, and a lot of the crowd have gone to before. Nick's done karaoke there and killed it, as you can imagine. Not seeing any hail damage. There's Ray. Look him up on Facebook. Something fell on it. I saw a piece of sheet metal laying there. I didn't know if... Yeah, front of Tennessee Quick Cash, you saw it was like all messed up. So this is Justin, he works here. He was here last night, I think right after the tornado hit, and just kind of inspected. Yeah, the tree, which I looked up close on those cars and didn't see like a lot of scratches or anything. Yeah, it's just removing those branches. Oh no. Yeah, I've seen that on the news. I was thinking like a tanker truck or something. Sorry if we lose signal back here. Yeah, the fence right here. None of these cars are available right now, so don't call on these. But the fence is kind of messed up back here. I don't want to move too much because I'm scared I'm going to lose signal. You guys let me know how the quality is. Had problems with the signal going out. So in the back of the Maple Motors lot, got some tree limbs that have fallen down on 2 or 3 cars back here. That's the worst of it here at Maple Motors. Everybody's okay. I don't believe anybody was here when the tornado was going up Main Street. Everybody had left for the day. So we're kind of just over here inspecting the damage. I tend to lose signal back here in the back of the lot, so I'm gonna make my way up to the front. Again, just lots of little debris, sticks and stems, leaves. Again, not seeing any damage on any of the inventory, except for what we just showed you, a little scratch on a car over there. But again, this is Main Street, clogged like crazy. There's a lot of parts of Hendersonville that still don't have power. And from the looks of it, I imagine there's no power at this intersection up here. So my understanding is the tornado came down through Main Street. It pretty much followed Main Street through Hendersonville and really tore up several buildings up here at this intersection. Maple Motors, looking at Main Street right in front of Maple Motors. It is clogged as far as the eye can see. A lot of power still out in Hendersonville, in a lot of parts of Hendersonville. This is pretty much the path the tornado took, just going up Main Street. It went through parts of Madison, which is a city right next to us, and then headed through Hendersonville and up towards Gallatin, which is north of us. I'm not quite sure what all damage it did in Gallatin. Everyone is okay. Everyone had already left for the day when the tornado came through. I'll ask Justin, he's walking up right now. He works here. I'm kind of curious if they left early, because the tornado came through right about at quitting time. Did you guys leave early, or you were already closed? Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so yeah, nobody was here. No, I haven't. Yeah, let's go look. My telephone pole snapped in half back there. Lots of tractor trailers back there that got pretty banged up. So again, we're here out front of Maple Motors. This is West Main Street. Pretty much the path the tornado took looks like is parallel to Main Street. I don't see a whole lot of damage from where I'm standing. It's mainly back, kind of back into the right of here. But there are several businesses up here at this intersection that got hit pretty bad. Allegedly, the roof came off Jolly Ollie's, local bar and grill here. There's a little arcade place up about a mile from here. Roof came off of it. They're having a little kid's birthday party in there when the tornado hit. As far as I know, there are no casualties in Hendersonville. I think there's about, so far the death toll is up to 6. I think 3 in Clarksville, which is about an hour northwest of here, and 3 in Madison, which is a city just a little bit south of us by about 10 minutes. And lots of Hendersonville still doesn't have power. Went off shortly after the tornado came through last night. Still has not come back on. NES or Cumberland Electric, whichever it is, for this part of the city. I can see their trucks up here working on the power lines, trying to restore power. A lot of the traffic lights are out in Hendersonville, so it's just clogged like crazy all the way through the city. Let me know how the quality is. It's hard to tell. My signal keeps cutting in and out. Cell phone service has been pretty rough in Hendersonville since last night. So far, not seeing any damage. No way. Okay, this is Justin. He works here in the back. He was not here yesterday when the tornado hit, but he's pointing out that the roof on this Doctor's Diet America, whatever this place is, the roof is completely gone on this building, which is just right next to Maple Motors. We just walked past that and didn't even notice it until just now. Everyone who works here is fine. Nobody was here yesterday when the tornado hit. They're closed over the weekend. Not seeing any damage on the cars except for 3 back there in the back that a big tree fell on. And even at that, there's not much damage on those cars. I don't even think I saw a dent on any of them. David, absolutely. We're kind of lucky this thing didn't come through during a weekday. Might have been a different story because it came through right about quitting time when everybody still would have been here. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Thomas, for letting me know. It's hard to tell because service has been really rough here in Hendersonville. So as I was saying, the roof of this building right next to Maple Motors is completely gone. Back, I don't want to walk back there because I'll lose signal, but behind the showroom, there's a telephone pole that is snapped. Several tractor trailers that are tipped over, damaged, power lines down. And somehow there's very little damage here at the lot. I'm honestly pretty surprised considering what it looks like back there. Part of the sign is gone. And again, we're looking at West Main Street, heading towards the center of town, which is the direction the tornado went. And there's been emergency vehicles going up and down Main Street all morning. Power crews are trying to restore power to lots of Hendersonville. It's been out for hours and hours since last night in a lot of parts of Hendersonville. Here's Hendersonville's finest. So this is the scene again. Try not to move the camera too much because I don't want to lose signal, but done a quick walk around the lot. I'm not seeing any hail damage. There's found a scratch on one car, one scratch, very minor. But otherwise, doesn't appear that any of the cars were damaged, or the office, surprisingly. Did see a piece of sheet metal on the ground over here behind these cars, and not quite sure where that came from. The roof of the showroom looks fine. Yeah, if you're just joining us, most of the damage here at Maple Motors is from a tree that fell back here. Fell on 3 of the cars that are parked back there, none of which that are for sale right now. So, and I don't think even did a lot of damage to those. So, very lucky there wasn't more damage here. It's mostly just sticks and stems and leaves and such. Again, the roof of this building is completely gone. And we're basically just looking at a parking lot on Main Street. It's moving very slowly. I think a lot of the people just wanted to get out and kind of observe the damage. So from what it looks like, just from the intel we've gathered being here, looks like the tornado came parallel to Main Street. It's like it crossed over. Standing here. And like I said, a lot of people in Hendersonville have gone without power for hours. We got a big cold front coming in, so it's freezing, and a lot of people don't have heat right now. So, got a lot of people driving by Maple Motors, just looking at the cars. I don't know where all these people are going. I think most of them are probably just driving around looking at the damage. It's for a Sunday afternoon. This is a lot of traffic. If anybody has any questions, try my best to answer. I don't think there were any fatalities in Hendersonville, luckily. Several of the buildings that got hit, there were people in those buildings. I think they were able to take shelter in time. I see an NES truck, Nashville Electric Service, going by. We're up here working on power lines. Traffic lights are out for most of Hendersonville. Hear a siren coming up behind me. So again, most of the cars are undamaged. Any of the cars that are coming up for sale this coming week. None of them appear to have been damaged by the tornado. It is freezing cold out here. So again, I'm trying not to move the camera too much because it seems like every time I move around, the signal cuts out. Just to kind of give you a 360 of the lot. So again, we're up here in front of Maple Motors. We're facing West Main Street, looking towards the center of town, Hendersonville. So traffic is backed up as a lot of the traffic lights are non-functional in Hendersonville right now. Majority of the city has no power and hasn't since last night. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, prayers. Everyone at the lot is okay. Nobody was here when the tornado came through. They are closed over the weekend. So luckily, this tornado didn't come through on a weekday. Let's see if this guy's gonna be able to get out. It's gonna be an awesome feat if he's able to cross over. Go, go, go. Alright, he made it. It's gonna be a bear to try to get out of here. Definitely not going that way, I don't think. Ray, which direction did you come from? That way? So did Justin. Yeah, I was gonna say, I kind of want to ask some of these people that are coming from that direction, what do you see? And let me see if I can still get service over here. I'm gonna try to communicate with some of the people who are stopped coming from that direction. I may lose signal. I want to see if we can get some eyewitness interviews. This is a pine tree branch. What the heck? There are pine trees around here. Let's see. As soon as traffic stops, I'm gonna see if I can interview one of these people on the roadway who are coming from that direction, which is where the majority of the damage is in Hendersonville. And it is freezing cold out here. We have a cold front coming through, which is not a good combination with loss of power. So again, we're out front of Hendersonville, or Maple Motors in Hendersonville. If you're just joining us, there's doesn't appear to be any damage on the lot to any cars on the lot. Tree branch fell on a few of the cars in back and didn't seem to really even damage them that bad. Let's see if I can talk to some of these people. Get somebody with their window down. There's people driving by taking pictures of the lot, which is a pretty normal occurrence, even when there's not a disaster. If there's any questions you guys want me to ask the people driving by, lots of people texting and driving. It's good to see. Have you guys been up that way yet? What's it looking like? Yeah. All right. How's Jolly Ollie's? Okay. So, this is a witness driving by. Said they've been up that direction. So there's a Mexican restaurant up there that didn't fare well, she said. A lot of businesses up through there got smashed. So, for those of you who aren't aware, a tornado came through Hendersonville late yesterday evening. Pretty much went parallel to Main Street, and several businesses got pretty much destroyed. Roofs were torn off of several businesses along Main Street. This tornado, I don't know if it was the same one, the same weather system, went through Clarksville, which is about an hour or so northwest of here, killed 3 people in Clarksville, went through Madison, which is just south of us, killed 3 people in Madison, then came through Hendersonville. And so far, no fatalities have been reported here, just structural damage to several businesses. I've got people waving. I'm gonna try to stop and ask some people what they're seeing. I'd go walk out into the roadway, but scared I'm gonna lose the stream. Seems like if I move around too much, it just cuts out. Again, if you're just joining us, we're out front of Maple Motors in Hendersonville. Again, none of the cars front appear to have any damage. Got very lucky here at the lot. If you look up tornado in Hendersonville and look up some of the damage that's been caused to buildings that are just right up here. I mean, like a mile or less from the lot. There's a lot of traffic because most of Hendersonville is without electricity right now. A lot of the traffic lights are non-functional. Got cops directing traffic at almost every intersection. NES is up here trying to repair power lines that have fallen. Most of Hendersonville hasn't had electricity since yesterday evening. See if I can stop somebody who's willing to talk to me. So over here we got Justin, who works here. He just waved at you. So he works here, works in the back. He came through last night, right after the tornado came through. You want to tell him what you saw last night? Pretty much what you're seeing right now, I would imagine, just in the dark.
Yeah, you can't really see much except for the clouds just got really dark over time. The explosions from the transformers and power lines blowing up was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Other than that, a lot of wind, a lot of hail, and a lot of rain.
Yeah, which I haven't seen any hail damage on most of the cars. I'm kind of surprised.
Surprisingly,
They got really lucky up here at the lot.
people on my TikTok saying, they're like, what about hail damage? Like, we hardly ever get any hail damage.
Where can they follow you on TikTok? What's your handle?
Justin Maple Motors Detail.
Justin Maple.
_detail.
Justin Maple Motors _ detail.
Videos every day, just like Nick. Nick has a YouTube channel under Nick Southgate Maple Motors, and then he also has a TikTok, just Maple Motors by itself.
Justin works alongside Nick every day, posts his own videos on TikTok, trying to get him to make a YouTube channel. Yeah. If anybody's got any questions.
How many people you got?
35.
Nice.
Massive group of people.
It is. He has 35 more than that guy right now.
Yeah. So if anybody's got any questions, comments, concerns, seen a lot of NES, Nashville Electric Service trucks. Take a picture, it lasts longer. Seen a lot of NES trucks driving up and down the road. I don't know if you can see it in the video. Yeah, that was probably me showing everything there is here. So I film here on the weekends. So again, if you're just joining us, we're looking at West Main Street right in front of Maple Motors. Traffic lights are out through most of Hendersonville, so traffic is abysmal right now. So nobody was here at the lot when the tornado came through, thankfully. They're closed over the weekend. So everybody here at the lot is okay. And so are most of the cars, surprisingly. Yeah, there's a Fairlane back here with about a 3 or 4 inch scratch on it, and that's pretty much all the damage. So the guy on TikTok, it's probably Justin, he works here. Nick has a TikTok as well. I hear sirens coming up behind us. See, this guy has his window down. Coming up, we'll see if I can interview him. There's a pine tree branch, and I don't even know where there's a pine tree anywhere around here. Oh, okay. That would explain it. I was gonna say, I don't know where that branch came from. Just waiting for somebody to drive by with their window down. Who's willing to talk to me? I'm trying to interview some people on the street. So NES is trying to repair power lines, get electricity restored throughout Hendersonville. Traffic is backed up for miles. Yes, fundraiser would be a great way to help. I think there's an option on live streams to do, it's like a super thanks or super chat, something like that, where you can donate. Any donations made in this live stream, I will give to some charity or organization who's helping out in Hendersonville. I want to make sure it's legit and it's going to the right places. But I don't know how to do that in the live stream. So as far as I know, Maple Motors is scheduled to open on time tomorrow. They're closed currently. They're closed over the weekend. Thankfully, because it's when the tornado came through, and glad there was nobody here. I'm trying to turn the camera around without losing signal. So all of the inventory, all of the new inventory coming this week is not damaged that we can say what? Oh yeah. So I was asking if we can get to Brian's Motorsports from here. Non-stop traffic through Hendersonville. So the traffic lights are working right there, but the majority of the damage in Hendersonville is about a mile up here, starting at about this intersection that you've seen in Nick's test drives, which test drives this coming week should be interesting. Test drives this coming week should be interesting if he takes this route, which he may or may not, depending on, traffic lights are working up this direction by then. Hopefully they'll have them working by tomorrow. But in his test drives this coming week, should be able to see a lot of the damage up through there. Yeah, man, it's been a wild December, that's for sure. So Justin, again, if you're just joining us, Justin works here, the black jacket there, and he came by last night shortly after the tornado came through to inspect. So back behind the showroom, tried to walk back there earlier, the signal cut out. I don't know how much you can see, but there's a lot of damage back behind the showroom, not to the showroom itself. There's a lot of tractor trailers that are parked back kind of catty corner to the showroom, and a lot of them got torn up pretty bad. There's a telephone pole snapped in half back there, power lines down. A lot of damage back there. I'm shocked, honestly, that Maple Motors. We found like a 3 or 4 inch scratch on a Fairlane back in the corner. That's about it. There is a big tree branch that fell the back of the lot back here over 3 of the cars, none of which are for sale. Didn't look like they were damaged too bad. Didn't even really see a scratch on any of them. Richard, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, we should be complaining about snow, not tornadoes. Around this time of year, a couple of years ago, there was a pretty bad tornado that came through here. Oh, it's a weird time of year for tornadoes. So again, not a lot of damage here at the lot, hardly any at all, luckily. But literally just the building next to Maple Motors, the roof is gone. And somehow the showroom and the main office are completely fine. Almost untouched. It's like the Lord was looking out for Maple Motors. Everybody knows God likes classic cars. We get snow occasionally. We mainly get snow like January, February, March. Occasionally we do get snow in December, usually late December. If we get a big snow in December, it's fairly unusual. but we have a pretty good mix. I mean, most years we'll have like a big snow, to us a big snow, like, you know, 3 or 4 inches or something, which to people up north, that's probably considered like a dusting. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I'm just curious. We got any locals in the stream here? Curious if wherever you guys are, we got Hudson Valley, New York. Nice. You guys probably haven't seen Hendersonville on the news there. I don't know if this is like, I doubt this is like nationwide news or anything. Houston, Texas, checking in. Always wanted to go to Texas. It is national news, somebody's saying. We do have a death toll, not in Hendersonville that I'm aware of. This storm system that came through here also went through Clarksville, Tennessee, Madison, Tennessee, and so far there's 6 reported fatalities that we know of, none in Hendersonville, last I heard. Trenton, Tennessee. About an hour and a half away. Okay, so you're pretty close. I don't know which direction, maybe like Cookville area-ish. Unless you're west of us. Trenton, Tennessee. I'm trying to remember where that is, if that's east or west. Western, okay. I have talked to Nick. He's aware of the damage, which, I mean, it's really not much. Everybody from the lot is okay. See if I can do a quick camera turn without losing signal. Jackson, yeah, I know where that is. Got some country music playing. This is pretty much Nashville. Greater Nashville area. What? Wow. God bless America. The flags are still there. Wow, right next door, the roof of this building is gone. The American flags are still standing. America. And our flags were still there. All right, thanks for tuning in, Richard. So if you're just joining us, we're right out front of Maple Motors looking at West Main Street. This is the direction the tornado went, pretty much parallel to Main Street on up through towards the center of town. This is the direction Nick goes on his test drives. There's a traffic light up here, which appears to be out. Most of Hendersonville doesn't have electricity right now, so that's why there's so much traffic. Cops are at every intersection directing traffic. So several buildings about a mile up this way got torn up pretty bad. We've talked to some people who have driven up through there, said, you know, looks pretty bad. I know of several buildings that had their roofs taken off right next door to us. Right here, this building right next to the Maple Motors showroom. I don't know if you can see, but its roof is gone. while Maple Motors is pretty much untouched. Lived and worked in Nashville. Yeah, the 90s tornado. My mom was in the AT&T building when that tornado came through Nashville. I was a baby, but I still remember that. That was pretty wild. So we got a lot of emergency vehicles making their way up and down Main Street. So again, most of the damage in Hendersonville is starting at this intersection and heading east. We're out front of Maple Motors where there's surprisingly very little damage. I'm shocked, honestly, that there isn't more. Polly, if you're still on here, hold on, I got somebody waving me down. Let's see if I can talk to. There goes an NES truck. So again, we tried to walk back behind the, or we did walk back behind the showroom a little while ago. I'd like to go back there because that's where you can see a lot of damage, but signal cuts out. I am recording a separate video of some of the damage back there that I'll be posting on this channel, because try to walk back there and the signal of the live stream just stops. Service is pretty bad here in Hendersonville. Wow. Yeah, that was, just going back and looking at the footage of that tornado is still pretty wild. See if I can ask. There goes a fire truck. Seen more emergency vehicles making their way this direction. I don't know if that indicates progress. in that direction. This has pretty much been the scene all day in Hendersonville, all over Hendersonville, not just Main Street. A lot of traffic lights are out. See, we've got, I think we have electricity here. Traffic light behind us is working, but based on the volume of traffic, I don't think that light's working up there. Everyone that I know is good. The Maple Motors crew is good. Everybody that works here was taking shelter. Nobody was here at the lot when a tornado came through. Let's see. Have you guys been up there? Up that direction? How bad does it look? Yeah, that's what I've heard. I haven't been up there yet, so. You too. So, everybody I've talked to who's come from that direction said it's pretty bad. I've seen pictures of a lot of the buildings up through there. That's up here is like the center of Hendersonville. We're kind of on the edge. Maple Motors is a bit on the edge of the city. About a mile that way is the center of Hendersonville. Several buildings are missing roofs right now. Again, the building right next door to the Maple Motors showroom, this building right here, there's no roof on that building. Yet, Maple Motors appears to be fairly untouched. So as far as I know, there's no fatalities in Hendersonville, just a lot of property damage. But this same storm system that came through here has killed 6 people. I think 3 in Clarksville, 3 in Madison was the last I heard. Some of the nicest people you've ever met live in the Nashville area. Yeah, it's what I've heard from a lot of people. Hey, it's what I've heard from a lot of people who never been here before. They come here and say like everybody's really nice, kind of got the Southern charm type thing going on. I assume that's true. I've lived here my whole life. I don't get out much, so I'll take your guys' word for it. But everybody is pretty nice here. It's a great place to live and grow up. So, wait to see if anybody will stop and talk to me. Checking out the license plates that are coming by. A lot of them are from surrounding counties. I think probably people coming here from the surrounding areas, checking out the damage. I guess I'll do a traditional walk around video. It's a separate one than this because if I walk around too much, the live stream will just pause and glitch and all that. So I will be doing a separate normal walk around video, which I'll be posting on this channel later today. Show you guys the new inventory coming this week. As far as I know, Maple Motors will be opening. Are you guys opening normal time tomorrow? Okay. Talking to Justin, he works here. Says they will be opening the normal time tomorrow. Operations will be going back to normal. We got anybody on here who works for like an electric company? I'm curious what takes so long to fix the power lines and stuff. I mean, and I don't know what damage there is really up there. I think a few snaps, power poles. So that probably takes a while to repair. Electricity has been out in Hendersonville since yeah, that's what it looks like. Since late last night, a lot of Hendersonville has not had power. A lot of towing trucks. That gold Corvette. Yeah, most of the cars on the lot appear to be undamaged. There is a fair lane with a little scratch on it. And if I can turn the camera without it glitching, back here in the back, a limb, part of a tree fell on a few cars back here, none of which are for sale at the moment. But they don't appear to be damaged hardly at all. Probably just a few scratches from the limbs falling on them, but they're not like crushed or anything. So I will be doing a traditional walk around video. I'll be posting later today, showing the upcoming inventory. Wind is whipping right now. We got a cold front coming in. I can definitely tell. You guys been up that way? You guys been up that direction? Haven't? Trying to ask people who have been up that area to kind of describe what they've seen. Justin says 40,000 people still without power. Holy cow. Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Said close to 100,000 people were without power last night, but they've repaired half the grid. So that number has come down a lot, but that's still a lot of people without power. I think the population here is not much more than that. Because of that, a lot of the traffic lights are out. So there's cops directing traffic at a lot of the intersections, especially that direction behind us. I think has electricity. That traffic light's working, and the lights, I guess technically to the south of us, or west, but up here, again, this is where the majority of the damage is in Hendersonville, up towards the center of town. Jolly Ollie's local bar and grill here got hit pretty bad. Heard reports that the roof is torn off of it. Yeah, U-Haul, there's a U-Haul place. Saw pictures, couldn't tell what it was, but it looked like some building that was just flattened. Somebody was saying that was the U-Haul. I have not seen it.
The one that was flattened was like a Christmas shop. Was that the Horty store up there?
Yeah.
Cody Millbach?
Yeah.
That building got
there's a shopping, kind of like a little mini strip mall in the middle of Hendersonville. It's like Hendersonville Center or something like that, square. And some of the buildings along it got, is that Pops? That's not Pops. Billy. It's one of the guys who works here. Just pulled up. Yeah, Middle Tennessee is known for pretty weird weather. There's been days here where it snowed early in the day, and then later in the day it's like 70 degrees and sunny. Bipolar weather. We got Pops. This is in the back seat, the guy who started Maple Motors over 30 years ago. The founder. Jim Sr., I think? Yeah. Calling Pops. Over 30 years ago. 40 years ago, that's right. Dang. So anybody who's still watching, curious where you're watching from, let me know what city, state you're in. And I'd be curious if you've heard about this on the news at all, where you're from. If you're not aware what's going on, a tornado came through Hendersonville yesterday evening. I think it looks like an F2 just from the videos I've seen. Pretty much went parallel to Main Street, wrecked a lot of buildings towards the middle of Hendersonville. Maple Motors is surprisingly pretty well in touch. Snow Camp, North Carolina, all over the news here. Yeah, there goes an NES truck hauling some major cable. So, Snow Camp, North Carolina. Part of my family's from Asheville, if that's anywhere close. I'm not sure where Snow Camp is. So yeah, let me do a little shot of the lot again. My phone's about to die, so the stream isn't gonna last much longer. Near Burlington, okay. So, again, just doing a little Greensboro, yeah. Doing a little shot of the lot. Again, hardly any damage, or really no damage on any of the cars, just the Fairlane back there is a scratch on it, that's about it. Otherwise, no observable damage. There was hail associated with this storm system, and not seeing any hail damage either. Again, the roof of the building right next to us, right next to the Maple Motors showroom, the roof of that building is gone. And behind the showroom, got a power pole snapped, power lines down, tractor trailers that are parked there been torn up pretty bad. A lot of trees down back there. Yet, the Maple Motors showroom is fairly untouched. Yeah, behind us, the traffic light is. I don't know what this lady's doing. Okay, yeah. So right here, little Christmas decorations are coming on. Looks like they're making progress with getting the power back on. Seeing lights coming back on around us, which is going to make the flow of traffic go a lot quicker. So throughout the Maple Motors lot, really just looks like, you know, branches, leaves, twigs scattered across the ground. Again, there's a fair lane back there that has a scratch on it. Part of a tree fell down on some of the cars in back. Again, none of those are for sale, but